你好，我叫 Jeff Brown， 我是西班牙语的老师，但是现在我说中文。为什么我说中文？我说中文，因为我有很多中国朋友。为什么我有很多中国朋友？我有很多中国朋友，因为我已经很多。你准备好了吗？我准备好了，我们开始。So let me tell you about why I love language exchange. I've done language exchange 1,000 times. Number one, it's free. So you don't have to pay anything. You're going to be trading an hour of your language for an hour of somebody else's language. Number two, you're going to meet tons of exciting and awesome people. You're going to make relationships with people from around the world. And you know, when you learn another language or acquire another language, that's actually the best part about the whole thing. It's the relationships that you're going to be making with the people you meet who speak the language that you want to acquire. And number three, the third reason I love language exchanges, I get to tell that person or teach that person exactly how to teach me. Now, I have lots of experience with language exchange, language acquisition, foreign languages, etc. So I know exactly what I want that person to do so I can have a successful language exchange. Okay, so I'm here with Queenie. Say hi. Hey, Queenie.
Hi.
And Queenie's my new friend, and she's going to teach me Korean. So we're doing an English-Korean language exchange. Queenie is taking English as a second language. So I went to your ESL class, right? I talked to your instructor, and he told me that he has Korean students. So that's how I met Queenie. So before we start, we've got lots of very, very important things, okay? So number one, we've got children's stories. Tons and tons of children's stories. I have probably 100 children's stories. So I've got children's stories and I've got magazine. I have tons and tons of magazines. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna do about 20% of my Korean instruction, we're gonna do using magazines. So Queenie, you're just gonna tell me all about the pictures in Korean, okay? You're gonna speak very slowly. You're gonna give me this loving description of all the pictures in the magazine, okay? And so I'm gonna do magazines about 20% of the time. And then after I've got about 500 or 1,000 words, we're gonna switch to children's stories. Now, children's stories are gonna be the bulk of my acquisition. So I don't speak any Korean. If you already speak a lot of whatever language you're trying to acquire and you wanna jump right to children's stories, that's awesome. So children's stories are the way to go. So 80% of my Korean instruction is gonna be done using children's stories. The reason I love children's stories is everything goes together. So I'm gonna learn all the words or acquire all the words, and the story, I'm gonna get to follow that story, and my brain loves that. That's pure comprehensible input. Everything I acquire is gonna go into my subconscious brain. I'm gonna be picking up the language, and I'm gonna do that using magazines and children's stories. So this is gonna be about 80% of my acquisition, and magazines about 20%. I've also got some props, so I've got lots of props. Now, I could use props. We could spend a day just talking about props. I've got thousands of different props. I've got food, I've got clothing, I've got sports equipment, I've even got a little bell. So all these are great props. Now, we're not gonna do props today. We could spend a day or two or three just talking about props. Props are awesome. So that's what I've got. I've got my children's stories, my magazine, and my props. Cool, huh? Okay, so before we start, it's very, very important that I also have some super important other stuff. So number one is I've got paper. Whenever I do a language exchange, I'm always gonna bring paper. Props are not as important. Paper, super important. I've got paper, I've got pencils, etc. Now, the reason I've got paper is, if I don't understand and you don't understand, what we're gonna do is we're gonna draw. I'm gonna draw, or you're gonna draw, until I understand, okay? So we're gonna do a lot of drawing. Now, I'm gonna stay away from English at all costs. So please don't speak any English, okay? So again, if you don't understand and I understand, first thing we're gonna do is draw. Or we can gesture, we can just act it out. Or we can use ourselves. We can use things around the environment. We can use props. We can use anything. You can point to yourself, point to me. It doesn't matter. So we're going to have no English. We're going to use no English. Now, if we want to use English like 5% of the time, 10% of the time, it's okay. But let's try to stick with 90% English. Excuse me, 90% target language, or in this case 90% Korean, okay? So that's that. So we're going to use paper. So the next thing is, I've got a couple rules, and I'm going to tell you about those rules. So I've got them here. So these are my rules. So whenever I get together with my language exchange partners, I always go over my 3 rules. So number 1 is no English. So we're going to, again, I know I said this already, we're going to stay in the target language 90 to 100% of the time. And the reason is I want to acquire the language. And the way we acquire languages is through comprehensible input. Is if you speak Korean and I understand it, what happens is it goes into my subconscious memory. So if we translate everything, we just translate, that's really bad, because then that goes into my short-term memory, and I don't want in my short-term memory. I want everything in my subconscious memory. So that's why we're going to use pictures and stories and props to get that great comprehensible input. So no English. Also no grammar. So my second rule is no grammar. So please don't teach me any grammar. Don't say because it's a boy we say it this way, because it's a girl we say it this way, it's a group of us we say it this way. So please don't teach me any grammar. And the reason is I want all subconscious comprehensible input, etc. Now if I want to learn grammar, I can do that from a book. I can get a grammar book. I can go on YouTube. There's thousands of YouTube videos. I can study grammar by myself. This time is the golden time. This is the best time. So we're only going to work on comprehensible input. Those are things that I see, stories, magazine, pictures, props, etc. So no grammar. We don't need to do grammar. Now, if I want to do grammar, I'll do it by myself. I can't acquire language by myself. That's why you're helping me acquire. So number 3 is no corrections. So please don't correct me at any time. And research shows, there's a man named John Truscott from Taiwan. He's an English professor in Taiwan. He's done a lot of studies, and the studies show that correction just doesn't work. So basically what I want is, my goal is to hear every word 40 times. So I know that around 40, 50 times, that's the magic number. So I'm going to try through magazines, children's stories, props, etc., to hear each word 40 times. Now I'm not going to get that today. Today we're going to do 30 minutes of English, 30 minutes of Korean. And I'm probably not going to get 40 repetitions today. So eventually I'll get those 40 repetitions. So one other thing I have is the mobile phone. So this is my mobile phone. I'm going to record our session. So I'm going to record the Korean session. If you want to record the English session, that's fine. And the reason I'm going to record the session is after we have class today, or after we do our language exchange, I'm going to listen to it again. So I'm going to listen to this again in my car or at home, etc. So I'm going to record every session. So what that does is that's going to double or triple or quadruple the amount of comprehensible input or listening I get. Don't you think that's a good idea? Yes. Okay, so right now we're going to do what's called TPR. TPR stands for Total Physical Response, and basically what those are commands. I like to bring a list of words. Now these are all in English, and I'll give my language exchange partner a list of words in English, and I'll have them give them to me in the target language, because most of my language exchange partners speak a lot of English. So I'm brand new to Korean, or I'm brand new to Arabic. I'll give them a list of words, and I'll have them give me the commands in the target language. So this is my list of words. This is my TPR 1, and then I have TPR 2, TPR 3. So again, these are commands, and I do commands or TPR every day. So for the first 10 minutes of my language exchange, I'll do commands or TPR. But since I'm brand new in Korean, it'll have to wait for about a week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe even a month. So after I have about a month or maybe 40 hours of Korean, maybe even 25 hours of Korean, then we'll do the commands, okay? So we're gonna do it in English, and this is how it looks. This is what TPR looks like. So here we go. I'm just gonna give you some commands. So you're just gonna use your hands, okay? You're just gonna use commands. Okay, so here we go. Okay, write, read, study, okay, yell, yeah. Okay, cry, swim, watch TV, explore the internet, okay, touch the table, touch your nose, touch your eyebrows. Oh, she knows a lot. So right now we're going to do our Korean English session. So you're going to teach me Korean, I'm going to acquire Korean. Now, I don't speak any Korean. So I've got Queenie here. She's my language exchange partner. We already did our English, right? So now we're going to do our Korean. And we're going to start with a magazine. So right now we're going to do a magazine. And just like I did in English, you're just going to give me this very loving explanation of all the pictures. You're going to explain everything in the picture, everything. So, like I said, I don't speak any Korean. I've got my paper to draw on. I've got my pencils. I've already started my mobile phone. I'm going to record the entire session. So I need some super important words that will help me participate in this language exchange. So, first of all, I don't speak any Korean. So, how do you say yes and no in Korean? So how do I say yes and no in Korean? So let's start with yes. How do I say yes?
네.
네. Oh my God, that's so easy. 네. And how about no?
아니요.
아니요. Oh my goodness, Korean is so easy. Oh my goodness. So I also want to say what is this or what's this because I'm going to be pointing things. I'm going to say what's this, what's this, what's this, what's this. Okay? You're going to tell me everything. But if I'm interested, I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, but what's this? Okay, etc., etc. So how do I say what's this in Korean?
이것은
Okay, so 이것은
뭐예요?
예요. Oh, 뭐예요. 이것은 뭐예요. Oh my goodness, that's super easy. Okay, also, if at any time you don't understand or I don't understand, we draw, we gesture, we act out. If we get stuck, we might get stuck where I'm like, I have no idea what she's talking about. We're going to use the phrase, it's not important. So you're just going to say in the target language, or I'm going to say, it's not important, and we're just going to move on. We're going to go to the next page, we're going to go to the next story, etc. So how do I say it's not important in Korean?
중요하지 않아요.
Okay, so
중,
요, 하,
지,
지. Okay.
안, 아, 요.
Oh my goodness. 중요하지 않아요. Okay, that's pretty long, but that's okay. We're going to do it anyway. Okay, so we're going to do this magazine. I've got my notes here. And I'm going to acquire Korean. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I'm going to be acquiring Korean. Okay, so we're going to start with a magazine and then we're going to do a children's story. So let's do a magazine first. All right. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Okay, so go ahead.
자, 이것은 잡지예요.
잡지요.
잡지.
Okay. 잡지.
잡지는 이거. 저기도 잡지예요.
Okay.
잡지를 보면 여기에 나무가 있어요.
아.
나무가 있어요.
나무가 있어요.
네.
Okay.
나무는 여기 있어요. 그리고 자동차가 있어요. 자동차가 있어요. 자동차는?
Okay. 자동차.
자동차.
자동차. 자동차. Okay.
자동차가 있어요.
자동차.
빨간색 자동차가 있어요.
아, 빨간색.
빨간색은 저것도 빨간색이에요.
빨간색. 빨간색.
맞아요.
빨간색.
네, 빨간색이에요. 그리고 길이 길게 나 있어요.
오케이.
길어요. 길다.
길다.
길어요.
오케이.
긴 길이 있어요. 그리고 여기는 사막이에요.
사막?
사막은 너무 더워요. 더워요.
더워.
사막은 더워요.
이것은 뭐예요? 이것은 뭐예요?
바퀴예요. 바퀴. 바퀴가 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷. 바퀴가 4개가 있어요.
오케이. 바퀴.
네.
바퀴.
바퀴가 4개가 있어요.
Okay, 바퀴. My Korean is brand new. Normally you would ask me yes or no questions. So normally I would want you to say, is that the mother bird? Yes or no? No, that's the father bird. Is that the mother bird? Yes or no? No, that's the mother bird, okay? Is this the house? Yes. So normally I'd want you to ask me just super simple yes, no questions. But since I don't know any Korean, it's gonna be very difficult for me to do that. So you're just gonna tell me the story. We're just gonna do the story and just gonna give me a very loving storytelling experience and all in Korean. So I'm super excited. Remember our rules, no English, no grammar, no corrections. Okay, you ready?
네.
All right, awesome. Let's go. Okay.
자, 책을 보면 여기에 아빠새가 있어요. 아빠새. 그리고 엄마새가 있어요.
아, 엄마.
네.
엄마.
엄마새예요. 아빠새는 신나서 노래를 하하하 하고 부르고 있어요.
하하하, 트윗. 하하하. 하하하, 트윗.
아니요.
아니요.
엄마는 화가 나 보여요. 화가 나 있어요. 화가 나 있어요.
화가 나. 화가 나. 오케이.
그림을 보면 아빠 새는 신나서 하하하 노래를 부르고 있어요.
슉. 트윗.
노래를 하하하
노래.
부르고 있어요.
노래?
그런데 엄마 새는 화가 나 있어요. 어느 날 엄마 새가 아빠 새한테 얘기를 했어요. 우리 이제 큰 집으로 이사를 가야 될 것 같아. 엄마 새가 아빠 새한테 잔소리를 하고 있어요. 잔소리.
잔소리? 아니요. 잔소리?
네. 아빠 새는 듣고 있어요. 듣고 있어요.
아니요.
엄마 새는 잔소리를
잔소리. 오케이. 네.
엄마 새가 화가 나서 아빠 새한테 소리치고 있어요. 소리를 치고 있어요. 아빠 새는 깜짝 놀랐어요.
깜짝
놀랐어요.
깜찬.
네.
깜찬.
깜짝 놀랐어요.
깜찬.
우리는 이사 가야 돼! 라고 엄마 새가 소리를 쳤어요.
소리. 오케이.
엄마 새와 아빠 새는 훨훨 날아서 집을 찾
Wasn't that awesome? Didn't Queenie do a wonderful job? That's exactly what I'm looking for. So, a couple more things that I want you to go away with. Number one, as you probably noticed, I didn't do any reading or writing. And I just want to suggest to you right now, if you're doing a language exchange, I'm going to suggest don't do any reading or writing. You can do reading and writing on your own. Once again, this is the golden opportunity. This is the time for you to acquire the language. And when you're writing and memorizing and stuff like that, that's not language acquisition. You want to take this time and you want to do as much acquisition and comprehensible input as you can. Now, if you want to make word lists, I know there's a lot of you out there that like to take notes. You want to make a word list, etc., flashcards, etc., and that's fine, but I'm going to suggest you do it this way. If you want to make a word list, for example, you have a word or a flashcard and the word is sing, I'm going to suggest you write the word sing in the target language, and then next to it, this is important, draw someone singing. Draw a little bird singing, etc. If the word is jump, you want to write the word jump in the target language and then draw someone jumping. You want to stay away from translation at all costs. Translation is very bad because once again, when you translate, it goes to your short-term memory. And when you see pictures, stories, comprehensible input, that goes to your long-term memory. And the last thing I want you to go away with is this. A lot of you are doing study abroad. If you're doing study abroad, that is awesome. This is what you want to do. You want to do as many language exchanges as you can. This is going to be key to your getting tons and tons of hours of comprehensible input, acquisition. You're going to meet those people, etc. So that's it. Good luck to you. I can't wait to hear how it goes. Whatever language you're acquiring, go for it. Do lots and lots of language exchanges. So adios Força Said. Bonne chance. Bye bye.